Hi everybody and welcome to the Southern Scouser, obviously from the Red Sea podcast. Thank you for sticking with me again. As I say, I'm going to try and make these videos a little bit more regular on this channel. Monday seems to be a good day for me, so look out for Monday afternoons around this time for new uploads. But yeah, let's get straight into it. Liverpool, FA Cup winners for the first time since 2006. It has been a bloody long time. I think I was 15, I'm now 31 years of age, so pretty much half my life ago Liverpool won the FA Cup, that infamous Gerrard final, that ridiculous 3-3 game. Felt a little bit like Istanbul from the year before, but slightly different. Obviously still on penalties, slightly different scoring, but Liverpool obviously successful that day. And in 2012, our first final since then, we did actually lose to Chelsea 2-1. So yeah, it was nice to get a little bit of revenge against them. But that's 3 finals in a row, FA Cup finals in a row Chelsea have lost. Chuck the Carabao Cup final in there as well, which they lost to Liverpool at Wembley too. It's not been a happy hunting ground as of late. They're missing the Didier Drogba winners, I think. But yeah, let's get into the game. So again, I don't like Wembley finals. They're so boring. You know, the semi-final against City was great, 3-2 win, but every final, I think there was something like the last 15 and the last 16 FA Cup finals have been decided by 1 goal. You know, 1-0 either way, or penalty shootouts. Something needs to be done, I think. I mean, Wembley's pitch, I don't know if it's the size of the pitch, I don't know what it is, but yeah, something about it just makes for a really boring game. But lots of chances, to be fair. You know, obviously no goals in the actual game itself in 120 minutes, which just seemed to go on forever. But Andy Robertson's got to score for me. The chance at the back post where Trent puts it across goal. Loads of shots, you know, agonisingly wide. Jota was one that springs to mind. Chelsea had quite a few chances as well. So there could have been goals in there, but for some reason or not, Wembley finals are not classics, are they? But yeah, onto the penalty shootout it goes again, just like it was in the Carabao Cup final. Everybody scores. Azpilicueta obviously misses for Chelsea, but in terms of Liverpool, goes to the 5th pen. Mane needs to put it away for Liverpool to be successful, and he misses against his Senegalese teammate. So Klopp did mention that he told Mane to go the opposite way because Mendy would know him, and obviously that's backfired slightly. So Klopp said he's going to be keeping his advice to himself now for penalty shootouts. But yeah, no, it went to the sudden death. So from scoring to win, we then had to score to remain in the game. Diogo Jota seems to like going 6th in these penalty shootouts, and again, probably should be in the first 5, because every time he's taken a penalty this season, a shootout, he's put it away. You know, I remember against I think it was Leicester in the Carabao Cup. Was it quarter-final potentially? Yeah, both Wembley finals as well. He's put it away beautifully. So move him up. I don't know why he's so scared to go in the first 5, but yeah, he takes a great pen and he keeps us in the game. And then yeah, Mason Mount misses, and it comes down to Kostas Tsimikas, who's come on for Andy Robertson, and yeah, slots it away lovely, doesn't he? Right in the corner. Off he goes celebrating, and another one for Liverpool's trophy cabinet. So 8th FA Cup, long way behind Arsenal with 14, but we're catching the likes of Chelsea. I think they're on similar to us, but yeah, another one in the bag. That's 2 down, 2 to go. West Ham 2, Manchester City 2. West Ham were leading 2-0. City had a penalty in the last minute to win 3-2. All in all, pretty good result for Liverpool. Makes that Spurs game even more annoying the other week, where if we'd have just won that game, we could be going top tomorrow with a win at Southampton, and we could have been a point clear with 1 game to go. How good would that have been? But not to be. So we're going to be 1 point behind if we win for the last game of the season. City travel to Aston Villa, I believe, or it might even be at home to Villa, which makes it even more of a mockery, doesn't it? I think they're going to be 3-0 up at half time, to be brutally honest, which is a shame. Can Gerrard and Coutinho do us a favour? Can they stop even just a draw? If they can just get a draw and Liverpool beat Southampton and Wolves, we win the league. I mean, stranger things have happened. You know, Liverpool are one for drama, one for dramatic endings and comeback kings. You know, we fought back from 14 points down, kind of a net 8-point deduction if you don't count games in hand, etc. But you still got to win them. We were still 14 points behind at some stage with games to go. So yeah, FA Cup's down. You know, domestic cup double was fantastic. You know, any other season, any other team would be going, yeah, that's a fantastic year. But this is Liverpool's greatest team of my lifetime. And after last season of pretty much being a write-off of the injuries, I want one of the big ones, if not all of them. You know, if we get the Champions League, Carabao Cup and FA Cup, wow, absolutely sensational, honestly amazing. One of the big two is just phenomenal. But to get all four, that would send echoes through football history and football future. I don't think anybody would ever do that ever again. I really, really don't. You know, Man United have done it in '99, the only English club to ever get the main three. Obviously, they didn't get the League Cup that season. You know, Inter, Bayern, Barca, they've all done it. I'm sure Madrid have done it at some point as well. But you know, for Liverpool to win all four trophies would be absolutely phenomenal, and it's doable. You know, Liverpool travel to Southampton tomorrow, which I'm going to get into now. Difficult game. It's a tricky one to call because Southampton, they could be on the beach, but then they could have no pressure and, you know, and really, really go for it. And obviously Liverpool have played 120 minutes. Southampton had the weekend off because they were due to play us, and it got rearranged because of the final. What kind of team is Liverpool going to be putting out? Because Salah goes off injured. What's his injury like? Van Dijk felt a tweak on his knee. You're not going to want to risk that with a Champions League final on the horizon. Fabinho's not ready yet, I wouldn't imagine. Maybe back for Wolves, maybe back for the Champions League final. Difficult one. Interesting to pick the team. A lot of players played 120 minutes. Henderson and Thiago played the whole of extra time. I don't know if that can... I think they're going to be rested, if I'm brutally honest. You know, Alisson, I would imagine, will probably keep his place. Robertson, I would imagine, will take a step out, and Tsimikas will probably start the game. Gomez at right back instead of Trent. He played 120 minutes as well. It's one of them, you know, there's only 3 games left of the season. Can we just book one big push, or do we just go, do you know what, we can't burn these guys out or get any injuries before the Champions League final? But then if you rest too many players and you miss out on the league when you drop more points from now to the end, you will be kicking yourself, won't you? But we'll see. Ali, Tsimikas, potentially Gomez. Would he change both fullbacks? I don't think he's done it very often in the league. Normally he rests one. We'll see. Centre-backs, I would imagine Van Dijk gets the night off. Brave, yes, but, you know, sensible, yes. Gomez, obviously right back, so Matip and Konate, I would imagine, would start at centre-half. Midfield is an interesting one. Milner probably, Keita probably, Jones probably. That kind of feels right in the midfield three. Front three. Diaz comes off on about the 98th minute. Does he need a rest? It's a tricky one because you'd probably look at Firmino and Jota as the two that are definitely going to start. And that third option is the left wing option. Would you play Divock Origi down the left? Or would you just stick with Diaz? Or maybe you start with Origi and bring Diaz on if you need a goal. That sounds quite sensible. You've got Minamino, who's not played for a while. Chamberlain, that's not played for a while. Elliott, that's not played for a while. So, yeah, it's a hard one to call. I'd imagine quite a lot of changes, if I'm honest, from the team that started the final. Wolves on the last day on Sunday as well. And then we've got a week off until the Champions League final, which, you know, Klopp said today, you know, we've got a chance, but not a great chance of winning the league. So I think if you're going to prioritise something from now, it is that Champions League final. It's been a hell of a long season. Liverpool have played every game possible available to them. So, you know, you're going to want to go into that Champions League final. But again, a bit of revenge. You know, Madrid have knocked us out. 2018, they beat us in the final. They knocked us out last season, I think it might have been, as well. I think it was the quarter-final stage. So there's definitely some revenge to go, and that one's in our hands. Do you know what I mean? You know, the league could have easily been in our hands. We're just not consistent enough over the season. We just drop silly points. You know, you can't be dropping points to Leicester, West Ham, Brighton, 2 up against Chelsea and blow it. You know, there's so many games this season where we've absolutely chucked away points, and one of those games to not do that, you know, we'd have won the league potentially. You know, look at Brighton, 2-0 up at home to Brighton, you draw 2-2. If we'd have just won that game, we'd win. We would be going top tomorrow with a win, with 1 game to go. So yes, it's so frustrating when you lose the game by a point, by 2 points, by goal difference. Yes, but at some point you have to say, yeah, it was unlucky, but we let ourselves down. You know, just one result. It's all we were needing. All we were needing was one result. So, you know, Manchester City deserve it if they do win the league, because they got a draw at West Ham. We lost. You know, they went to Leicester and probably won. We lost there. You know, they beat Chelsea. We didn't. So frustrating, but you know, to me, it felt like we were going to go into next season with Diaz from the start. You know, probably sort out the midfield a little bit. You know, the likes of Milner, maybe he'll move on. Origi's going to go. Minamino, Chamberlain, potentially question marks over them. Who do we bring in? Because, you know, Manchester City have signed Erling Haaland, and we've not really talked about that yet on this channel or on the Red Sea podcast, but that's a huge blow for everybody in the world. I mean, that's that's a match made in heaven. It's the best striker in the world going to pretty much the best team in the world, really. You know, Liverpool are definitely up there, but, you know, over a consistent season, over the last 5 years, Manchester City, yes, they've not won the Champions League, but they've dominated, haven't they, domestically? They've got to a Champions League final, yes, and lost it. It can happen. You know, they got to a semi-final this year and somehow Madrid knocked them out as well. But I think Haaland is the cherry on top of that team. Really, really do. So we will see. We'll see what happens. But, you know, I was thinking we go into next year as favourites potentially to win the league after this season. And I think Erling Haaland just tips it back to Manchester City. So will we sign a Darwin Núñez? You know, that Firmino's in the last year of his contract. So is Mane. So is Salah. So is Naby Keita. What are we going to do with them? Are we going to extend all of them? Are we going to extend half of them? Are we going to leave one of them and bring someone in a little bit younger? Quite possibly. So, yeah, interesting times ahead. But, yeah, Liverpool, as I say, 2 trophies down, 2 to go. Champions League definitely in our hands. League, outside chance. You know, again, it's going to be that final day. Both teams playing at the same time. Any goal that goes in can change the game. You know, Liverpool get an early goal, they go top. We're praying Manchester City don't score, or we're praying that Aston Villa get a goal and maybe see it out or nick a point. So we've been there before. It's not gone our way. Maybe one of these times it will. Every time Liverpool have been in a title fight, a title race with somebody, they've come up short. The only time we won the league is when we smashed it and we smashed everybody, and no one could compete with us in that 1920 season. So it'd be nice to win the title race, you know, us versus someone, and we finally come out on top for a change would be pretty special. Other than that, obviously Wolves' last game of the season on the Sunday. They're a funny one. They're not great. I think they drew with Norwich at the weekend, so I would expect us to come out on top in that particular game. As I say, City played Villa. Again, you'd expect them to win, but what a story if Gerrard and Coutinho can do their old team a favour, and you know, Liverpool can actually win the title on the final day of the season. How unbelievable would that be, going into the Champions League final, having won 3 trophies, a domestic treble, going for the 4th trophy of the season, you know, and then you go into next year, guaranteed a Community Shield spot with the FA Cup win or 2nd place in the league. Either way, we're qualifying against Manchester City, will be the Community Shield already. European Super Cup, we'll be playing against the Europa League winners. I think that's Frankfurt or Rangers. You know, you win that easily. Club World Cup, unless they've changed it already, again, a potential chance to win that as well, either the 2nd time in 2 years. So, yeah, you know, with success comes success. You qualify for all these other extra, you know, bits and pieces and add them to the trophy cabinet. Community Shield's the only one that Klopp hasn't won, as far as I'm aware. He's won a Super Cup, you know, he's won a Club World Cup. Brilliant to add another one to that, but Community Shield would be nice. Should have won it last year or the year before against Arsenal. Somehow we lost on penalties to them, which was pretty much shambolic. Yeah, year before we lost to City, so we're due to win that one, definitely. We seem to have to lose the final in a competition and then come back and win it. So, yeah, if it makes a change that Klopp wins his first final in a competition, which was the FA Cup. You know, he's got to the Champions League final, lost and then won. Carabao Cup, lost and then won. So, yeah, FA Cup was nice. But, yeah, other than that, I think really it's Red Sea Podcast. We're going to be doing some previews and some reviews on the upcoming games, and transfer talk is on the horizon as well. But yeah, Liverpool, as I say, 2 trophies down, 1 final to come and 1 final day if they do the job against Southampton. Can we see final day drama? Can we see an Aguero moment? Could we see Liverpool lift another Premier League trophy? Fingers crossed. I can't wait for it. We'll see you again very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. It is much appreciated. And as I say, if you want to see more, please head over to the Red Sea Podcast. Cheers, guys.